Hey friends, today I want to talk about something that's made a huge difference in my life and in my home. Simple minimalist rules that actually work and that you can start doing today. So grab your coffee or pop in your headphones while you're folding laundry or doing dishes and we'll jump right in. But first, if you find this video helpful and you wouldn't mind, like this video and subscribe to our channel for more content like this in the future. Alright. Have you ever looked around your home and just felt completely overwhelmed? Yeah, me too. I've been there more times than I can count. My journey into minimalism didn't start because I wanted a picture-perfect home. It started because I was tired of the constant stress of trying to keep up with too much stuff. I used to just think that I was messy or disorganized, but the truth is, I was just trying to manage more than I could handle. I've learned that I function best with less. For me, there's only a small amount of stuff I can comfortably manage while still keeping our home feeling clean, peaceful, and calm. Over the years, I've read all the books, well, maybe not all the books. I've read a lot of books, watched videos, and listened to the experts about minimalism. But more than anything, I've learned what really actually works for us. And that's what I want to share with you today. Realistic, doable things that have helped our family create a home that feels calm, functional, and peaceful. This isn't about owning 15 items or living in a blank white space, unless that's what truly makes you happy. It's about making your space feel like you and making your home a place that supports your life instead of stressing you out. So whether you're just starting on your journey or you're craving a little refresh, these 9 minimalist rules changed everything for me, and I really hope they'll help you too. So rule number 1, and you may have heard it before, but it's the 90-90 rule. So this can be for clothing or really any item that you're considering giving away or throwing away. If you haven't used it in the last 90 days and don't plan on using it in the next 90 days, it's probably time to let it go. We're talking about that curling iron that is tucked away in the back of the cabinet, or the shoes you were saving for a special event that never happened. If it's been sitting untouched, collecting dust, it might be time for you to free yourself from the weight of maybe someday. Rule number 2 is throw away trash. I know you might be thinking, well, obviously, but hang with me for a second. We all know that one drawer that's filled with old batteries, expired coupons, random cords from electronics that you probably don't even own anymore. It's easy to think we just need to reorganize it better. But the truth is, we probably just need to throw most of it away. You can start small. Make it a little habit once a week. Pick a drawer, a basket, or a cabinet and just clear out the obvious trash. Not everything needs to be sorted or filed. Some of it just needs to go. Now we're on to rule number 3. This one we like to call the poop test. Yes, poop. I know it sounds gross, but stick with me because this one actually works. And believe it or not, it's one of Jacob's favorites. Basically, if you found this item covered in poop, would you still want to keep it? Would you go through the trouble of cleaning it, or would you just throw it away? Now, to be completely honest, I'm the kind of person who would probably toss it 80% of the time. But Jacob is more of a saver, and he really doesn't like to waste anything. So this rule helps him figure out pretty quickly whether something's truly worthy holding on to or not. Rule number 4 is the 5-minute cleanup rule. This is another one you may have heard of before, but it's highly effective. Basically, if it takes more than 5 minutes to tidy up a room, there's a good chance you've got too much stuff in it. Here's a little story about how effective this was for us. A couple of years ago, our kids' toys had completely taken over the living room. They were everywhere, and I asked the boys to help me clean up. My oldest boy just broke down. It wasn't a tantrum, he was genuinely overwhelmed, and with tears in his eyes, he said, "Mom, there's just too much stuff." And honestly, I felt the exact same way. I was completely overwhelmed. So we sat down together and we made a plan. We talked about giving toys away to other kids who didn't have very many, and he was all about it. So we let go of about 90% of their toys. Several days later, they had all of their toys out again, scattered across the living room. But this time, when I asked them to clean it up, I told them I was going to time them. It took them less than 5 minutes to clean up every single toy they owned. We all just kind of stood there and looked at each other like, how did this just happen? But it wasn't just about the cleanup time. Everything shifted. Our children were calmer, they were more creative, and way less overwhelmed and overstimulated. It felt like we'd cleared space not only in their room, but in their minds too. Rule number 5, everything needs a home. So let's be real. If something doesn't have a home, it's just gonna wander around the house. First, it'll land on the kitchen counter, and then it moves to the kitchen table, and maybe ends up in the bathroom or on a random shelf. Sound familiar? This used to happen to us all the time. But the fix was give everything a designated home, like an actual thought-out space where it belongs. And just as important, make sure everyone in the family knows where that home is. When things have a place, it's so much easier to clean up. And it also makes it super obvious when you have too much of one thing because it doesn't fit where it's supposed to go anymore. And the best part, you can finally say goodbye to those "where does this go" piles. Rule number 6, surfaces are lava. Okay, so you know the game, the floor is lava. The rule is kind of like that, but with countertops, tables, and pretty much any flat surface in your home. The idea is simple. If something's sitting out on a flat surface, it should either be useful, beautiful, or intentional, not just tossed there with the mental, "I'll deal with this later" mindset. It's so easy to have little piles everywhere. Mail on the counter, keys and receipts on random tables, a water bottle here, a toy there. But once we started thinking of surfaces as lava, something kind of clicked. And I know that sounds silly, but it's the way my brain works. I stopped just setting things down and started actually putting them away. And honestly, unless like you live in a mansion or something, it doesn't take that much longer to walk something back to its home. Because the truth is, every cluttered surface is like having another mental tab open in your brain. Clearing off those spaces brings this peaceful, calm energy into your home and to your mind. Rule number 7, you don't need more storage, you need less stuff. It's easy to believe that the answer is more storage, right? More baskets, more bins, more shelves, maybe even a bigger closet or a bigger house. But here's what I've realized is organizing clutter is just hiding it in prettier places. It's still clutter. If something doesn't fit in the space that you already have for it, it's not a sign that you need more storage, it's a sign that it might be time to let go of a few things. Storage solutions and organizing systems can be really helpful and really amazing when you're using them the right way. But if you're cramming stuff into every drawer and corner, it's worth stepping back for a minute and asking, do I really need all of this? And the reality is, most of the time, the answer is no. Rule number 8 is it's okay for cabinets to be empty. Isn't it funny that empty space can feel wrong? Like almost like we're wasting it, or forgetting to buy something or to put stuff there. But here's the truth, you don't have to fill every cabinet, drawer, or shelf. You're allowed to leave space. In fact, having a few empty drawers is actually a really good feeling. It's like your home finally has enough room to breathe. Empty space can actually be freedom. Rule number 9, the last rule. Your stuff shouldn't control you. Okay, this one's a little bit deeper. Many of us hold on to things out of guilt. A gift we never really liked, a family heirloom we feel obligated to keep, clothes that remind us of who we used to be or who we thought we'd become. But here's the thing. Your stuff is meant to serve you, not weigh you down. If something makes you feel guilty or heavy or overwhelmed every time you see it, maybe it's time to gently let it go. I know this may sound a little bit harsh, but it's true. One day, someone else will be left to sort through all of our stuff. So ask yourself, do I want to pass down memories and joy or a garage full of stress? You deserve a home filled with peace and purpose. As I've walked through this journey of simplifying our home, I realized how much it mirrors the work God wants to do in our hearts. The more I let go of physical clutter, the more space I find, not just in my home, but in my spirit, for the things that truly matter. Jesus said in Luke 12:15, which was the parable of the rich fool, but that I'm not trying to call anyone a fool here. Life does not consist in an abundance of possessions, but we live in a world that tells us the opposite, that more is better, that success looks like having it all, and that busy and full means blessed. But God's idea of abundance is so much different. It's peace, it's margin, it's freedom. And sometimes, in order to hold on to what He's trying to give us, we have to let go of what we're clinging to. When our homes are busting at the seams, when our schedules are packed, when our closets are full, but our hearts are empty, it might be time to ask, am I being ruled by my stuff, or am I living with intention for the kingdom? Letting go isn't about deprivation. It's about trust. Trusting that God will provide what we need when we need it. Trusting that we are not defined by what we own, and trusting that simplicity can actually draw us closer to Him because we're less distracted and we're more available. So if you're in a season of decluttering, physically or spiritually, remember, you're not just clearing space in your home. You're making room for peace, for purpose, and for God to move. Phew, that was a lot. But friend, I hope this gave you some clarity and encouragement. Minimalism isn't about perfection. It's about peace. It's about having a home that supports your life, not one that demands constant maintenance. These 9 rules really have helped us create some space physically and mentally for what truly matters. And even if one of them resonates with you, that's a win. Let me know in the comments which rule hit home for you. Or do you have your own decluttering tip that works wonders? I would love to hear it. I'm praying that this video brought you a little clarity or motivation. I'll see you soon.